Welcome to the Soul Nurture channel, my soul friends. It's Victoria here with the full moon intuitive take on the astrological weather. I am super, I think I need a nap. I need a summer nap. I'm just like my head feels tired, foggy. I do have a Neptune aspect going on to my ascendant, but I think it's just summer. How are you feeling? I'm wondering how summer is going for you or my friends in the Southern Hemisphere. How is winter going for you? How are you feeling in general? When I talk about the new and full moons or astrology here and there on my channel, I'm talking about the collective universal transits, the collective astrological weather that we are dancing with or stumbling with, depending on the aspects, and then how that funnels down to us individually, where it lights up in our chart, where it invites us to take a look at a certain area of our life, where it's just part of the, in my mind, the collective unfolding. I say that a lot. The collective transformation, evolution, all of that good stuff. I do believe that we are souls having a human experience. Watch my last video for my take on that. And well, let me back up a moment. Welcome to this channel. If this is your first time, got to do the little commercial, which helps me to expand my outreach out there in YouTube land. And that is, if you simply want to do your good deed today and subscribe to my channel, comment for extra good mojo, and like the video if you like the content, you like what I'm sharing. And I hope you do. It's from my soul to yours. It's a way that I can expand my mission to support more people on their individual journey that contributes to our collective experience. Okay. All right. So full moons, we all have a different feeling or association to a full moon, and also depends on what sign it's in. I find a lot of people that are extroverts love the full moons. They get drawn out more. They feel more empowered to be their authentic selves. And then for me, I'm more of an ambivert. It depends on the circle I'm in, but an introvert, which means that typically, this is the distinction if you're curious, if you're an introvert, introverts are drained when they're around a lot of people, especially if you're an empath in your tentacles or a projector. I'm learning more about that in human design. I'm a projector. You're out there. Someone described it to me recently as having your tentacles out there and feeling everything. Yeah, that could short circuit you quickly. Now, extroverts they're out there and they're fed by the energy of other people. So I'm curious, do you consider yourself an introvert or an extrovert or an ambivert? An ambivert is where you're fed by socializing when you're fed by what's being talked about, the purpose, the subject matter. You come out of your shell and engage. And if it's something like, for me, if I'm in a group and we're talking about dream work or astrology or spirituality, I'm lit up. So that's the distinction. Be curious what you resonate with, and also where you're watching from. I love to know where my viewers are. Okay, so full moon. This full moon feels really mellow to me, even though the moon is in Capricorn. Now I want to shout out to my friends who have moon in Capricorn out there, or if you're a Capricorn or like me, I have a Capricorn rising. I'm wanting you to engage if you resonate with this, because the feeling of this full moon, the collective feeling that all of us get to share, even if you don't have Capricorn moon or rising or sun, you have Capricorn somewhere in your natal chart, one of your houses. And but for those of us who have strong Capricorn in our charts, tell me if I'm wrong, we can be hard on ourselves. Why? Capricorn is connected to Saturn, the taskmaster. The Saturn gets a bad rap, I will say. I also have Saturn in my first house, which is another double dose of Capricorn. But it's Saturn really wants to help us fulfill our soul potential, wants to help us master something. And so moon in Capricorn emotionally, if you have a moon in Capricorn, you can be really hard on yourself because you expect a lot from yourself. You're purpose driven. So that's the energetic feeling that we're going to all have collectively. It's going to be a little extra nudge of how are you doing with your goals. Now it's a full moon. So what does that mean? A full moon is when the sun and the moon are exactly opposite. The sun at 11 degrees Cancer, and the moon at 11 degrees Capricorn. A full moon in the polarity, so that this is the polarity axis, Cancer and Capricorn. It illuminates both, both where we are emotionally. The moon is our emotions, our subconscious material, how we're relating with our feelings, how we're sharing. And the sun is our vitality, where we bring our light, our consciousness. And so the sun in Cancer, and by the way, I'm still wishing my Cancerian friends happy birthday. It's still your season to shine. But the sun in nurturing, caring Cancer, opposite and lighting up the full moon in Capricorn. So remember, the moon isn't emanating any light. It's the sun's light reflecting off the moon that creates this bright full moon and this bright illuminated opportunity to see what we may not have been looking at. And in terms of these two polarities, the theme is home, hearth, family, and then Capricorn, our financial security, our success, our public, what we contribute to the public, its purpose, our purpose-driven life, and our ultimate contribution. And seemingly they are both, have the same needs. And when I do parts work as a hypnotherapist, we want to identify the shared need, the similarities, so we can bring them closer together to work together instead of being divided, right? So in this case, they are both security driven. Cancer loves the security of home and making sure family's good. And then Capricorn likes the security of accomplishment, of success, of mastery. And this is why I think we can feel with Saturn ruled Capricorn energy kind of hard on ourselves, because we may not feel like we're fulfilling the promises of our soul or what we are here to do, what we want to do. So I believe that this polarity is illuminating those two areas of our life. In general, of course, we want to look at where the Cancer moon is highlighted in your natal chart. My website is in the description. I'm still offering for a little while, I think through the summer. I think September I'm going to probably stop. But I love these little 20-minute quick little soul check on your soul chart. I know I say soul too much. I love soul. I love soul work. I love everything soul. So a free look at your chart, top of the trees, quick. I usually, when I look at it, it's if somebody wants to know about the specific aspect, the full moon, the new moon, whatever, or just the general snapshot of what I'm picking up on in terms of your soul imprint. It's a lot of people like them, and oftentimes they book a full session after that because they want to know more, and I love that too. Or if you want to just jump right in with me and book a session, go to my website and look at my work. What do I offer? Read the testimonials to get a sense of what I do in support of others. Okay, so I feel like, again, the full moon illuminates maybe where we've had our head in the sand, we're not paying attention. And in this case, one or the other, maybe you've been neglecting your home, your family. I mean, that sounds harsh, but you know what I mean. Like, your energy has been pulled somewhere else. Your energy has been pulled to career and success. And Capricorn is all about accomplishing and what's the word with an S? Status. Your status. Capricorn is wanting to think about, there's the glyph or the symbol for Capricorn is often referred to as the goat on the mountain, so, and I do like that a lot because Capricorns are very methodical, get to the top of the mountain. And so we need to remember, though, we may not be where we want to be on top of the mountain in terms of status, but this full moon is inviting us to pause, take a look at where we're out of balance with our drive for success, our drive for security, and where we're out of balance with the needs of our self-care, our home care, our family care. So if you do relate to that kind of being hard on yourself, again, that Saturn run Capricorn moon or Capricorn sun or rising can feel like never enough, or can feel like limitation. Saturn can feel like limitation. So I keep trying and I'm not quite there. And so then we can feel really disappointed in ourselves or frustrated that things are taking so long. When this full moon in Capricorn is here on the 3rd, we may feel like all the places we feel limited, stuck, especially with this full moon, because the sun is in watery Cancer and then the moon is in earthy Capricorn. So I'm having trouble talking. I'm so like, normally I talk so fast. I'm feeling so slow and my words are not coming. I just want to go sit in a hammock and have like a nice, cool, summery beverage. That's what I feel like today. And I think I'm going to do it right after this. But water and earth, what do they make? Mud. They make mud, right? So we can be feeling stuck, like so stuck somewhere. And this is an opportunity to say, how do we take that mud? And I'm seeing like turning it into clay and making a vessel, a container, like pottery. And because Capricorn is all about structure. And so this is a time to pause and really, think about your goals, Capricorn, your goals and your needs, Cancer. Let the watery Cancerian energy of the sun, and Mercury is in Cancer as well, nurture the goals that you're trying to create. And do this feels important. Take a pause to not, especially if you're feeling like, oh gosh, am I ever going to have that breakthrough? Am I ever going to make that, reach my goal, reach the top of my possibilities? And you're missing how far you've come. Let the nurturing energy of the Cancer sun wrap its arms around you and say, you're doing better than you realize. Give yourself a break. Capricorns don't like to clock out. And so we can feel this push, 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 do. But so honor how far you have come with your goals, because we tend to look at how much more we have to do or where we're not quite where we want to be. And the ultimate difficult thing that we can do in terms of status is comparison. Do not compare yourself to where somebody else is based on where you are not. I was just talking to a friend the other day about how we can feel, if you feel like jealous or envious of someone where they are, that is shadow. It is your soul communicating through the emotion of envy or jealousy that person is reflecting your potential. And so think of jealousy as, oh, okay, it's admiration. And say, yes, say this, that's for me too. I want to activate that potential in me. And then with this Capricorn moon, create a plan of action. I invite you, maybe this will be your full moon ritual. People love rituals. I would invite you to, light a candle and integrate these two possibilities. Where can you nurture your potential in a way that helps you continue to take the next step and the next step, to honor with love and really like the mother energy of Cancer, like you're doing great. Think about this. Does being hard on yourself help at all? No. Some people Some people can be motivated by that, but I find more people are motivated by encouragement and nurturing, and especially for ourselves. We need to learn to do that for ourselves. So let's see, I wanted to see a few things that I did make a note of. Leading in to this full moon, we have Venus. Let me go back to the chart instead of my notes. Venus, Venus is square Uranus, and it's been squaring Uranus since June 30th, and it will go until July 4th. So this has been a time of really waking up out of our stuck places of what we value, our own self-worth, how we love, who we love. It could be waking us up out of stuck, rutted energy in relationship. Like we're just kind of like, yeah, it's okay, and it's also like like wanting to break through any stuck area, and also break through a call to more freedom to do what you love and be with who you love. This is our lead up. We've also had some good aspects to Jupiter, Mercury sextile Jupiter, Sun sextile Jupiter. So we're expanding our consciousness and our what we want to, and our belief system and what we're visioning for. And so this is the lead up into the full moon on July 2nd. Then we go into, yep, same. Pluto is square the moon's node. So there's some energy around destiny and what our drive is and what we're here to do, and maybe some transformation around that. And then we land on the full moon on the 3rd, Monday. And again, we still have Venus square Uranus. Lilith is in the mix with trining Chiron. Any wounds that you want to shift into your gifting regarding where you have felt like you've denied your power, your feminine voice, you've submitted and you've recoiled, when now you want to stand in your power, in your purpose, be yourself. And then on the day of the full moon, we have moon trine Jupiter. So again, moon in Capricorn can be, like throwing water on our hopes and dreams. But I think with Jupiter there, it's going to expand the gifts of Capricorn, the determination, the drive, the desire for mastery, the desire for structure in order for us to grow and flow. So I really do feel this is a very mild, supportive full moon. And it is a time to do some goal setting. Now, we think of the new moon as planting seeds, setting intention, and we think of the full moon as culmination, like, oh, how far have I come and what have I accomplished? But I think of full moons as illuminating what we still need to know, what is revealed to be healed in order to grow the potential, in order to live and create the life that our soul desires. So this full moon might just show you, yep, here's where you're off a bit. Here's where you can do better. So I invite you to hear it as encouragement and not as criticism, but as compassionate course correction. I like that. Compassionate course correction. Think of nurturing Mother Moon, which Cancer is ruled by, and Capricorn is going to be in. And it's kind of like parents, like Capricorn is like the father energy, and Cancerian energy is like the mother. So this could be, I'd like to offer a transformational tool, reparenting. And I talk about inner child work a lot. I do that with my clients a lot, but this is where I invite you. This is what I would say. God bless our parents. They do the best they can. But if we had needs that weren't met, we have to have some role models step in the gap for us. So this would be a time to think about, what did you need? Like, do you ever have this thought like, oh gosh, if only my dad had, or if my mom would have, then what? And what is it that you needed you didn't get? And I teach this to my clients, and I've done this on my own, where it's an NLP technique where you find someone to model after. And so I would invite you to look at a healthy father figure in a book, in a movie, or someone and a healthy mother figure, same thing, book, family member, somebody friend's mother that you've admired, or even better, the mother you have become based on what you didn't receive that you cultivate. This is a whole big part of my message. We cultivate what we need to give to others, overcompensating in some ways because I never got that and I wouldn't want anyone to not feel that, but we forget to give it to ourselves. So you may be your ideal parent, you're just not showing up for yourself that way. And but visualize. For me, there's a movie, and I tell my clients this movie a lot. It's an old movie, but Meet Joe Black. Anthony Hopkins, his character in that movie was the father I desired. I didn't grow up with a dad, so I had a lot of lack of what does it even look like to have a protector, taking care of you. So there's a few lines in that movie where Anthony Hopkins is talking to his daughter that I first cried, and then I went, oh, I want that. And so I literally wrote down every word he said, and then I visualized a father figure saying that to me. And this helped me rewire my whole relationship file, because not having a father, not seeing healthy relationships, and not having a protector stand up for me, I created what I do with my clients, and I did with myself. I often teach my clients what I've worked on in my own healing journey, to offer to them, and that is to empower a healthy father figure in my inner world and a healthy mother figure. So this is a perfect time to do this with this sun and Cancer and moon and Capricorn, in order for you to have some structure and nurturing flow, an invitation to flow with your life, and to celebrate your life and to celebrate how far you've come. And yeah, maybe you've slid down the mountain a little bit and you haven't achieved the pinnacle of your success. Another thing I would invite you to do is take a gentle, what was the term I just came up with? Compassionate course correction. I love that. I don't think I've ever said that, but a compassionate look at inventory of how much you have shifted and accomplished, because Capricorn moon wants to, feel accomplished, and, meet the need of that Capricorn moon by saying, yeah, look at all these things I've done. And now I just want to rest in this moment. I want to replenish. I want to set some goals. And then when I'm ready, I'm going to take that next step forward. I'll dust myself off if I need to, but I am no longer going to limit myself with negative thoughts about myself. I'm no longer going to let a critical voice live inside my head. Remember that quote I often share from Ian Vincent? We should not be left alone inside our own mind without adult supervision. Well, I add this. We not only shouldn't be left alone without adult supervision, but we need to invite in nurturing, loving voices. I'm talking to myself here too this morning. Woo! I had some negative stuff running through about these videos. It happens every time I'm about to do a video. And just think about it. Every time you're about to step forward with a purpose, with a desire, moving out of your comfort zone, you are going to be met by that checkpoint at the border of your edge of comfort. And it is often not very nice, right? Well, if you really practice having a kind, loving voice inside your own mind, and if you need to, imagine your best friend or people who truly love you, who are kind and supportive, imagine them having a party in your head. Imagine them cheerleading you on as you move forward. I wanted to go through a few things before I wrap up. Let's see, I'm just going to look at the chart because that tells me so much more. In the height of summer now, how is it feeling for you? I really do. Oh, this is what I was thinking about. Okay, yeah. Summer, kids are out of school, right? Cancerian mother nurturing energy. But then this driver with moon in Capricorn, how are you balancing taking care of your kids and taking care of yourself? This is, I know, a constant with a lot of my younger friends with kids and clients. How are you taking care of your soul needs, but also of your family's needs, right? This is the constant question. How do you balance? And with school out, it's like there's a desire to want to play, and yet some, most moms I know are still working and having to work, or having to work, or having to juggle different schedules. And This is maybe get creative, click into that Capricorn business, consultant energy, and like, okay, think of yourself as the client. How would you advise yourself to find more balance, to meet your needs as well as the needs of your family? Instead of feeling, because I know when we're lopsided in our care, or lopsided with we're neglecting our home, and our family or whatever, that is like having 100 windows open in your computer files, and it's draining on your energy and you're not bringing your best. So be your own consultant, those two things. Be your own healthy parent and consult yourself. Put your business cap on. What's the strategy? What is the foundational plan you could put in action that's practical, that meets the practical needs of your emotional connection to family and those you love? So I think that would be my advice. We've got Venus and Mars in Leo, so there's a lot of love flowing right now. There's a real desire for deeper connection, celebration, being the queen or the king of your castle, and really letting yourself shine in the areas that you love and with who you love. Is it who or whom? Whom. I love him. It's whom. It's with whom you love. Do you know that distinction? If you're not sure if it's who or whom, if you can swap he or she, then it's who. And if it's him or her, it's whom. You're welcome. Okay. My moon in Leo is lit up by Venus and Mars in Leo. And by the way, at the end of the month, Venus is going retrograde. So as Venus and Uranus are aspecting each other, this kind of like, I'm not going to lie, Uranus can be sudden and quick breakups or shakeups, or breakdowns to breakthroughs, but it's inviting to a more authentic expression of how you love and who you love, and if you're being true to your desire for what you desire in a relationship. So that's happening now, but then when Venus goes into retrograde, even more reflections about matters of love, money, resources, and what we value. Okay, I think that's all I have for you. Do you have any questions for me? I'm listening. Oh, you're not here. Put them in the comments. In fact, comment on anything you're taking away here, any additional questions you have. I don't mind if you don't want to sign up for a 20-minute consultation or book a session with me. I don't mind answering an occasional question in terms of your personal chart. If you want to put your information in the comments, I'll be happy to give you my take about what might be happening with you around this full moon. All right. So happy full moon to you. I always invite you to go out and howl at the moon, dance under the moonlight, especially during summer when it's just, I feel summer just calls us out to our true nature. So howl at the moon, push that authentic expression out more, and honor how far you've come, honor your journey. You're doing better than you realize. Okay, so give yourself a pat on the back and offer yourself some love and encouragement and nurturing, and some positive phrases like, you're doing great, you've got this, you're going to be okay, good job. A loving, mothering, nurturing way of being for yourself. Let that be your practice. Okay, thank you so much for being with me. Again, like, subscribe, all that stuff. Share the video if you feel inclined. And one last thing, do you know that you can take a little clip from a video if like you heard something I said, and I hope you did, and you go, that right there is what I want to focus on. You can take a 30-second clip and share it to your Facebook, or share it to your Instagram, send it an email, or just keep it for yourself. So just giving you that little tip as well. All right. Peaceful, joyful, joy-filled, and abundant blessings, my soul friends. We got this. All is well. Take good care. Until next time. Bye.